when we started developing this tool, the reason we developed it, that's me again, for those of you who don't know me, blah, 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 okay. And there's a safe harbor statement, again, I better say that. This is my CYA statement, so I'm going to show you some stuff that we have not released yet, and when I do that, I need you to, if you come back to me in a year and go, you didn't ever do that, I'm going to go, you're right, see prior statement. Okay, the reason we did this is because we had 5 dozen, 6 dozen universities come to us and say, okay, time out. We're recording a lot of Zoom stuff. Why do we have to put it somewhere else for people to watch it? Doesn't make any sense. And we're paying them to put it there. So can you do something about that? And I'll be honest, I have been barking on this tree. I've been at Zoom for 5 years and 3 months now. I've been barking on this tree for about 4 years. Prior product manager from Zoom, Tane Barzo, left and went back to Stanford. And I had started this conversation with him, and I was like, buddy, we're missing the boat here. I mean, we got translation, we got transcription, we're recording everybody's stuff, and they're taking it somewhere else. Finally, we got it released. So I know you guys are creating in a lot of different places. Just out of quick show of hands, how many of you are using Zoom clips? Oh, good. Okay, we're going to talk about AI here in a minute on Zoom clips. I'm going to show you something. So anyway, we're going to do that here in a minute just for funsies. So you got all these assets. The question is, how do we get them to where they make sense for everybody? So Zoom Video Management is this experience. We'll open up the portal here in just a second. When it says hands-free capture, what we mean is from a Zoom room perspective, like I mentioned in the LTI, we schedule it to start, we schedule it to stop, teacher walks in and away it goes. There's nothing else to do. All right, so that idea of lecture capture, we're leveraging today, and there is conversation with some other hardware manufacturers that shall remain nameless for the purposes of this, especially since I'm being recorded. We'll talk about it in the booth. But today we're talking about Zoom rooms, okay, as the genesis of this. Inclusive for every learner, yes, closed caption, translations, transcriptions, playback speeds, all of that sort of stuff. AI-powered tools. We wouldn't be Zoom if we didn't have AI-powered tools. So the ability to open up a video and interact with it in AI, we'll talk about that some. And then who's watching what, how much of it did they watch, when did they watch it, did they comment, what did they say, when did they comment? All of those sorts of things is what we're talking about when we say student engagements. Now, there are 2 roles that we're going to talk about. The creators, AKA the instructors and administrators, and those are folks who own the content. So they have the ability to spawn new channels. In a Panopto world or a Kaltura world, when I say channels, you should translate that to folders. Okay? When I say playlists, you should translate that in your mind to subfolders. Because a playlist is a sub-organization of a channel. So that's kind of our nomenclature. Channels, playlists versus folders, subfolders. So those people have the ability to create the content. The students obviously do not have a create content area unless you make them content creators. So there are classes, and everyone is right now reeling through their brain the courses that you're offering, going, okay, well, yeah, in this particular class, they need to be able to create content. That's a tick box, either by group or by user, for them to be able to create content. And there's no fee for that. We don't charge you for content creators, okay? So that is the way that the students would experience this. We'll look at it here in just a second, but this shared with me channels, those would be the courses that they're enrolled in LTI. They can either view it here or they could view it straightway inside the LMS. And we'll look at both, all right? AI Companion, so we talked about this in the last session. A lot of you guys are using this. This little button right up here, when I click that, it opens up my AI Companion. And this is contextual based on what's happening on this side of the screen. So when I'm in Zoom Video Management, this is querying this. When I'm in chat over here, this is querying chat. When I'm in email over here, this is querying email. So it's contextual based on where I am inside the Zoom client. All right, this is the moment where I say, see prior statement. So we do have the ability to generate quizzes in Zoom, polls and quizzes. And today, I can insert those in the playback experience. I can make them mandatory. I can take those grades and put them into gradebook in Canvas. What I can't do that this slide is intimating that we will be able to do, I'm guessing August timeframe, come to a point in the video with this little playhead, so like position it right here, at 30 minutes in and say, build me a quiz based on everything that happened from 0000 to 3000. And then it will pop up these questions. It'll pop up possible answers. And then you'll go, I don't like that question. Can you make that a multiple choice? No, I don't like that. Can you make that true, false? No. So the way you would converse with AI is how you will be able to modify that directly inside here. Not here yet. See prior statement. Okay. And we will also look at this, and I showed some of you guys this in the last session. We looked at the whiteboard tab, we looked at the appointments tab, we looked at the home tab. The tab we did not look at is videos tab, and so it is there. And for those of you who were in that session, I showed you there was a line in the scheduler that said channel, video channel, and it was the channel associated with the class by default. All right, so all that is done. And then we start getting these video analytics, both in the client and in the dashboard. So this is more for the whole organization. This would be specific to a video or a channel, AKA a course. All right, let's get with it. Questions so far, does that make sense?
Can I upload my own videos?
Oh, yes. Yes, you can. In fact, since you asked that first, I wish I had a sticker. Last week I had stickers and buttons, and I was just like, okay. That is a great question. I'm going to look at it in the client first. We're going to maximize this. Oh, let's get rid of this nasty phone and this nasty wallet. And let's roll into content management. So this button says create a channel. You do not have to manually create a channel when it's tied to the LMS. It creates a channel based on the course, all right? If I go into one of my channels like this, and I hit the add videos button, select clip from library. So what is in my library? I'm going to open this up. It should be all of my clips, all my meetings, all my webinars, they're all here. So I can put any of these in this channel. Now, before anybody even asks, okay, when we do it this way, and we take this video and we put it in another channel, so this video can be in multiple channels simultaneously. We're not making a copy of the video. It's still the same video. What we are doing is allowing you to have the rights management from that channel applied to the viewership of that content. So whichever channel you came through to watch it, that's how your rights management works. If I go into a one channel and I clip 3 minutes out of the middle, that does not clip 3 minutes out of the middle on the other channel. It's only applied to this channel, okay? But it's still only one video, which is very important for storage, all right? So yes, I can add them for my meetings, webinars, and clips. I can upload a video, MOV, MP4, AVI, WMV, H.264. We just upped this from 5 gigs to 25 gigs, which is a pretty sizable MP4, okay? Or less. We don't support 265 today. We are going to convert it to MP4. We are going to transcribe it. We are going to provide translations for it. We're going to summarize it. All the things that you would know from Zoom's AI will be applied to it once you upload it into our system. It's all there for you. Good. So that is, since you asked that, anybody else got a question? Because now I'm just kind of riffing here. I'm going to go through this whole thing, but all right. So one of my personal favorite things is this search. And I know this may seem like a small thing to you, but I'm going to hit LTI and I'm going to hit search. Not lit, but LTI. So when I search, you would expect that it's going to pull it from the title. LTI is in this title, LTI is in this title. But LTI is also in the transcription that was automated via AI. And it's mentioned 3 different times here. So I'm going to click on this one right here. Boom. And it's only going to return things that I have the rights to see. Okay? I'll turn myself up just a tad. I'm going to hit play.
Further, let's delve into what Zoom LTY Pro offers.
Okay? Now, I know my voice sounds a little weird. We're going to talk about that in clips here in just a second because I've been playing with my voice. So it's pointing me to that exact spot inside the video and playing it from there. Now, if I'm a student and I'm getting ready for finals and there are 5 concepts that I do not understand, I'm going to put those concepts into the search criteria and I'm going to go through all those lectures and go, this one, I need to watch this, I need to watch this, I need to watch this. All right? Now, there's another tool that you have access to, and you guys have access to it as of Sunday. It's just probably not turned on yet, but it will be because I'm going to show it to you in a minute. where I can actually take my own personal notes over this. It's called, ingeniously enough, My Notes. All right, so when I search, I go to that particular spot. I love that. This overview of the last 30 days, this is specific to my content. So the content that I create, students will never see this line. The content that I've created has been watched 13 times for a total watch time of 1 hour with 8 unique viewers and an average engagement rate, and here's how we define that. Okay? 55.2%. I'm going to, just because I'm here as a content creator, I'm going to hit view more, and I'm going to blow this out over the last 365 days. Because I want you to see, when we start talking about analytics, this is contextual to my stuff. So how is my stuff as a teacher being viewed and interacted with from my students? So 191 views. Here's my total watch time. Here, and some of these videos are like 5 minutes long, so that's way too much watch time. 113 hours and 59.4. Then I've got all the posts that were created, the popular channels by view, as well as by engagement rate, and I already defined that for you, and the popular videos, both by views and engagement rate. Here are my viewer rankings. So who's watched the most? I have all of this data on everything that I've created. Now you have a macro level of this at your administrative dashboard. How many of you are Zoom administrators? Okay, if you open up your Zoom administration dashboard, there should be, if you have video management enabled, and if you don't, Steve can get it enabled for you for a trial. It's not a big deal. So you should have a separate tab that says video management, and then you would see all this at a macro level for all of your content and how it's being interacted with. Okay, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit more. What is all this mess down here? This is keeping track of how much I've watched of each of these. So this is a 42-minute video. I've watched 12 minutes and 9 seconds. This is a 58-minute video. I'm 8 minutes and 36 seconds into it. Now, that's the most recent view of it. I may have watched the whole thing at one time, and I may have restarted it based on a search. The reason I say that is because when we get into how are students participating, quote unquote, in my class, a lot of it has to do with, are you engaging with these videos? And I need that analytic. So Kim, how much of it did you actually watch? Because when you say, well, I don't think this is fair, I scored a D on your test, I'm going to open up my videos, I'm going to go, well, you watched 39% of the content. There's not a lot I can do. A D is a blessing, right? So that, I mean, that's how I'm going to, that's one of the ways I'm going to put my engagement score. These are all the content pieces I have access to. Starred channels, these are the ones I've made my favorites. I told you these are the classes you're enrolled in, either as a faculty member or as a student. And then this is, within my organization, more channels that have been shared that I have access to. That's what this interface is all about. All right, let's dive into a channel. Content management. Let's go back here. This is where we were just a minute ago when I answered the question about can we upload videos. All right, so when we put videos in here, they show up right here in the playlist. I'm going to open up this guy. He's 5 minutes and 58 seconds long. And I'm going to show you a couple of things. First and foremost, AI is going to work. It has automatically chaptered, based on topics that I discussed, my entire video. So I can skip to the part where we talk about rights management and play it from there. I didn't manually type any of that. I didn't manually type any of this stuff down here below it either. That's all AI. Subdividing my content for me. All right? What else did AI do? AI summarized, like we talked about in the last session, like your summary did. What else did AI do? AI transcribed it. What else did AI do? AI translated it. AI translated my closed captions. Now, AI did not do this. It did not place this quiz in here. I'm going to show you how I did that in just a minute. But because some of you want to know and some of you are like, Lance, don't care, I like to see this. I like to have student feedback in my videos. And some teachers are like, I don't really care what a student thinks about my video. And that's fine too, not knocking that. But this lets me know that you're engaging with it, and I have the ability to reply. And because I do teach some 13-year-old boys, I do have the ability to delete. And I'll let your imagination take it from there. Okay? So AI did not make those comments. Those were literal comments. AI did not add attachments to my video. So these guys,
Real quick.
pause that. These attachments are links to external locations. So If there are things in the attachments list, they are not physically uploaded to the video. Let me say that again. These are not physical uploads. These are places online where we are going to get content. So I reference both of those. As a part of this video, I talk about, you need to book an office hour with me. Look at the bottom. There's a link to book, all of that sort of stuff is down there. Okay. Then, well, the other thing AI has not done yet is this guy, quizzes and polls. So I'm going to go ahead and delete a couple of these. Let's get rid of these real quick.
Just a quick question. The comments that were made, are there timestamps from student comments within the video too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so. In fact, let me show that to you real quick. So I'm going to go into my statistics, as my daughter used to say.
You made no sense right here.
Exactly.
Or you just saved me, right?
100%. I still don't understand this, Dr. Ford. I don't get this. So Farrah Baker has watched this 3 times. She's commented once. She's watched 93% of it. I'm going to open up Farrah Baker. So Farrah Baker commented on this particular date at this particular time. I don't see the timestamp here with it yet, though. Maybe I'm telling you stuff that's not quite here yet. That's what it sounds like I'm doing. So forthcoming in the not too distant future, this is the live version, is the time that it actually happened. There's the time and the date that they did it, is here. But it's not in the timeline. That's correct. That is correct. Yet. I told you this is my participation grade. So Danielle's watched it twice. She's commented once. She's watched 42% of it. So on March the 4th, she watched 12 seconds of a 5-minute and 56-second video. And on March the 24th, she watched 2 minutes and 31 seconds. That is not 23%. 23% is the average of those 2 viewings. Okay? So Lance, why does it say Danielle watched 42%? Because that was the one she watched the longest. Of the 2 viewings she had, she watched one of them 42%. Okay? So I wanted you guys to see that those 2 numbers look odd. Again, I'll pull up Farrah, for example. 93%, she's watched 93% of this video. But if I look at it, it says completion rate 57%. That's because that's the average of these 3 viewings. And she comes to me and says, well, I made a so-and-so on the test. I'm like, yeah, you watched it 3 times, but you only watched all of it once. Next time, dive a little deeper. Okay? So quizzes and polls. Let me get back there real quick. And this part is live. The AI is not yet live. You position the playhead where you want. Let's go around here. Let's add a new one. Quick show of hands. Everybody know how to create a poll or quiz in Zoom? Yes? No? Okay, I'm going to do it in just a second. So the difference between a poll and a quiz in Zoom is you mark the right answers. It's a poll with the right answers marked. That's what it is. So I'm going to choose this one right here. I'm going to add it. When it pops up, it says it's going to launch at 4:31. If I make it required, that how much time it's going to stay up there goes away. It's not going to automatically close in 15 seconds and they can move on. You cannot move on until you have taken this quiz. All right? Show results after submission so they see what they made. Do I want them to get the correct answer? Well, what's the purpose of the video? Is this a faculty thing where they're trying to learn how to do something and you don't want to make them feel like they're not that smart? So go ahead and show them the correct answer. The purpose is the learning, right? Or is this a quiz that's going in the grade book and you fast forwarded to the end and you took the quiz? Because that's going to hit my speed grader in Canvas if I tied it to the LTI. So just what's the purpose as to whether or not you do this? And then we hit save. 4:31, Lance. So let's get close to 4:31. Nobody wants to watch this whole video. 4:29 and play. Processing, because we just bam. There's the quiz. You can't watch any more of it until you submitted this quiz. So, which is the most? I'm just going to randomly choose some answers here. Boom. Blah. All right.
Out of all curiosity, can they backtrack at this point, or are we frozen?
Good question. So I do have the ability to go back. So they can do that. In fact, that was hilarious. That was totally unplanned. That will never happen again. AI's answering my questions now. So yes, they can do that. They can go back and watch it. Pedagogically, there are several different reasons you put videos out there, and I'm not here to go into a diatribe, a PhD diatribe on the whys of this, right? In my personal teaching, the purpose for the video is to make me slow down for you, and I don't mind doing that. Obviously, I'm going 90 to nothing in here. I'm hitting you with ta-ta-ta-ta, and that's how I teach my classes. And a lot of my students are like, this is a lot, Dr. Ford. And I'm like, that's why we recorded it. Okay? Go back and hit the 0.5x and play it. And then when you take that quiz and you get a question you don't know, you go back, you watch it again. Because I want you to learn the material. So that's why that's the reason I use it. That's not everybody. I got it. Okay? So those quizzes are going to pop up. Those grades are going to go over into, I can pull this down for a second. They are going to hit, I think they hit assignments. Yes, because we make a unique assignment. And what I'm about to show you is 2 weeks old. So I'm not happy with the nomenclature yet. So when the first person takes the quiz, it takes the name of the video, Zoom's name of the video, and truncates it to VOD quiz. Ugly is all get out. Told Corey about it. He's working on it. He and Jamie are working on that. But like I said, this was released 2 weeks ago, the Sunday before I went to Notre Dame, so it's a week and a half ago. So when that first person took the quiz, it came into my here for assignments. I can then go into my speed grader and review it. So, and once it's in, what is this? Oh, God, I gotta love my, anyway, I'm not gonna say it. It's in my speed grader. So I'm gonna go to speed grader. And this person hasn't taken it yet. This person hasn't taken it yet. Let's see, there's the person that took it. They made an 88.89. There's their raw score. Here's their status, just like you would know from SpeedGrader, and then you submit it. And to the grade book she shall go. Now, you may be asking yourself, Lance, why doesn't it just go to the grade book? And I'm just going to have a heart-to-heart with you. What I was told, and I agree with this 100%, from a Zoom perspective, Zoom never wants to be responsible for a student not being able to play ball on Friday night. That's about as blunt as I know how to make it. Because if I automatically put in the grade book and that athlete scored a 25 on it, then that's going to be on their report at the end of the week, and they're going to be ineligible. So I'm at Zoom, we're not going to be responsible for a student's grade or like thereof. We want every teacher to verify what happened and then put it there. Okay, that's why that hits SpeedGrader. So, could we do it? Yes. Will we do it? Absolutely not. Now, where did those polls and quizzes come from? Because I got one person's head that went like this when I said, you know how to make a poll and quiz. What I love is when we update things and we don't tell people. You're looking through this list and you goes, where's the polls? Polls, polls. Where's the quizzes? No polls, no quizzes. Surveys. Of course, that makes logical sense. A poll and a quiz is a survey. So what we do is we create, what's the difference between a survey and a poll or a quiz? Typically, again, the way it was explained to me internally, surveys are meant to be sent out outside the live engagement. Polls or quizzes are meant to be set during the live engagement. Okay? So, like some of you use SurveyMonkey and tools like that to get feedback. That's what that was built to do, to replace that. So you can have all the data in one place. So I choose poll or quiz. I hit create. I have multiple different types of questions I can do. Let's just do this. Is Dr. Ford fully awake? Question mark. And then let's just go yes or no. All right? So that's a single choice. If I wanted them to be able to answer yes and no, then I would have made it multiple choice. I could have made it a matching. All right, you get the idea. I can actually upload a little picture to it, that question, if I want to. There's my little thing from our last session. So I can make it required. I can show it as a drop down. I can do birds of a feather sessions in polls or quizzes. So breakouts spawned based on your response to that poll. Okay? But most importantly, I can tick this box right up here, boop, and please set answer. No, Dr. Ford is never awake. Right? Because I don't want to be responsible. I can reorder these. I can add multiple, you get the idea, right? So it's right here inside your settings. And all you have to do is just set it, and then it shows up in that list of things that you can either deliver live or embed inside your videos. Yes,
If
ma'am.
we use the AI generator to create a quiz for us, will that land in our surveys library?
God, wouldn't that be nice? So what it will do today is generate it for you. I still today, I'm working on this internally, have to move over those questions individually into
You
this.
just type them in again.
I just copy and paste. That's what I do. I just whip. Because this whole time that we've been going, I've had this tool on. This is my notes, okay? And K-12ers, you just got it turned on. So the cool part about my notes is it's not only a transcript, but I need to review the polls. Experience, EXPERINC to verify how those might get created. Now, typically, I'm not talking and typing at the same time. I'm a student in the class. Then my notes are going, and I'm writing my own notes. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, what's going to happen when I hit done is class is now over. It's going to take all this. It's going to cross-launch it into a Zoom tool. Where'd it go? The transcript is being generated. And remember, I told you there are multiple templates. We talked about this in the last session, okay? So there are templates down here. It's taking the stuff I typed and the stuff that was here and merging those two things together. Now, why am I showing you this right now? If I open up Zoom Video Management and hit my notes and then hit play on the video, it will listen to the video, it will fully transcribe the video. I can add my notes into the video. And then when I'm done with it, I have all of the notes that it took via AI as well as the things that I need to review. Now, how do you know the difference between what you typed and what it pulled? If it is gray, whether it's bold gray or regular size gray, that was generated by AI. Anything that is black is what I manually typed. Look at this. Not supposed to be showing you that, but there it is. So you asked, that's what we're looking at. Okay? So all of this information is being pulled from that transcript. And again, these little numbers are points in the transcript so that you can get the way you want it. Always, I'm begging you, always come down here to templates because I love the lecture note version of this. And I haven't been able to figure out a way to set short lecture note as the default. It's going to go back. It's going to reorganize this much like lecture summary that we talked about in the last session. It's going to give me concepts. It's going to give me what I understood. It's going to tell me what I might need to. Let me scroll down a little bit. Okay, and then it's going to tell me what I meant. If I had questions or typed in questions or asked questions verbally, it would say things you need to review, right? And then what I didn't fully get. That's what it is. Boom, boom, boom. And obviously, because it is AI, you can go to the bottom and create a quiz over this whole thing. So if you're trying to this is your notes. Let it finish. It's having to redo it now because I've made it do it. Key technical details. There's the note, H265 support, clipping behavior. There we go. I can go right here and say, from these notes, please create for me a 2-session CSS, ION, 30 minutes each study guide. People laugh at me all the time at Zoom because I always say please and thank you. And I turn right back around to them and I say, when John Connor fails, I'm not going to be the first to go. Stop being rude to your AI, okay? And so those of you who are old like me know who John Connor is. Some of you are like, I don't even know who John Connor is, if he fails or not. But I'm telling you, you will know on the day that it happens. It will be Judgment Day. And they'll be walking across like this, coming at us. So it is now creating for me a study guide based on my short lecture note for me to use. Keep that. Bam. I paused it. So I was about to start session 2. There's all the things that I need to review 4 minutes on this, 4 minutes on that. Here's a table for me to understand the engagement metrics, all from the class that we just took. So my notes, in conjunction with your video management as an individual student, is... Now, when will we actually put the My Notes link inside the Zoom Video Management portal? I don't know, but I'm pushing on that because it only makes sense. All of my notes, sorry about using the word, my notes is a definition of a product, okay? All of my notes live in my hub, along with everything else that's here. So all my files, my folders, my slides that you're not supposed to know about yet that I use slides in Zoom to create, okay? All of it lives here. It's all there. My docs. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
No, it's great.
You can take maybe a recording transcript or a meeting transcript, and you can move that into Docs, or shall we say Zoom Canvas.
We shall say that.
And not to confuse the LTI.
I will show you a query I did with LTI, with our AI on that topic in a minute.
But my experience is that you cannot take a note and move that and create a doc or Zoom Canvas from that. Is that correct, or am I missing?
So technically speaking, if I open up my notes, today they are in the My Notes area, but you could, I mean, obviously you could copy and paste it into there.
Because it doesn't come up with a little, like from a meeting summary, it says create doc from this summary, and you can just push the button and it drops
Correct.
in there, but I don't see that with notes.
Not yet. Because the idea of notes from a summary is that it's summarizing it, but you're inserting live while the class is going on your notes, or while the thing is unfolding, the video's playing, whatever that is. So the idea that my notes is spawned after an experience is not where we are with that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I would say this, if you don't have Zoom Video Management, Steve, plug your ears, and use Panopto or Kaltura or YouTube, start off My Notes and watch what happens when you hit play. The same thing is going to happen. So you can take your notes with My Notes and watch a YouTube video.
Well, that's similar to what we've been trying to do, because we can turn our notes on Microsoft Teams or WebEx, like across the board, and then drop it into the hub. That ability, but docs can do so much more than just notes. So it's, anyway.
You're right.
I was trying to do it. Didn't-
So you're asking, and this is beyond the scope of this session, but no, since you're asking, you also have another tool, and I don't think My Notes is in it yet, but it soon will be, called Workflows. Have you played with, anybody played with Workflows? All right, let me show you what Workflows. You own this, okay? You don't have to buy this, you own it. So when I hit a new workflow, these are triggers. When my meeting ends, when my meeting starts, when my summary is available, when new participants join, okay? These all have to do with meetings, chat, tasks, and workflow tools, which include webhooks and RSS feeds. So when one of those things happens, in my case it was when a summary is available for any meeting hosted by me, yeah, probably not. Just the one weekly meeting that I have with the team. I can choose whichever meeting I want, all right? What I want you to do is create a doc in this location, this folder, create a doc called meeting topic with content called meeting summary. And I can insert a whole bunch of variables. All right? I can also, as we go on down through here, cancel this, because some of you are like, Lance, docs, all this stuff in Zoom. I mean, no Google Shop, right? Create in Google Drive a Google Doc that has the meeting topic and a meeting summary in it. Lance, I'm not a Google Shop, I'm a OneDrive shop. Okay. Create a Word doc or an Excel or a PowerPoint, okay, with your name, and I get a little fancy on this one. I manually type in your meeting named variable meeting topic is now a Word doc. And what's the content? It has the title up top, it has a return, meeting summary, and a return, next steps. It created a Word doc. And all that's great, but whoever's going to just go to OneDrive looking for this stuff? Nobody. So when you're done with that, send me an email with links to those documents. You can get about as crazy as you want with workflows. Now, I don't think my notes is in here yet, but I've got a pretty good sense as you're looking through this, these are the tools that are here today. The apps that we support, external apps, internal apps, and Zoom products. So you literally drag it over into your flow. That's how you build the workflow. You find what you want, schedule a meeting, click on it, set a topic, when, with whom, based on what happened above. So all the things that we spend time going back through manually and reviewing, I build workflows for that and call it a day. Now again, beyond the scope of our problem today, our challenge, our opportunity today is this thing called workflows inside ai.zoom.us. So you're like, Lance, that seems like a crap ton of work for me to go dragging stuff around and finding variables. Okay. Please create for me a Word doc after every meeting with a summary. Tell AI to do it. It builds the workflow for you. But before there was this, there was the manual process. So all of our tools are going to be coming this direction. Like I showed you with the LTI, the forthcoming LTI, this tool will be embedded in LTI. And it will have the context of the content from the meeting. All of this is where we are going with this tool. How much time do I have? Oh, 3:39, good, I got 10 minutes. I want to show you guys, I'm dying to show you something. Other questions? All right, now right at the very top, after I told you who I was, my name, what we're going to talk about, I gave you this big disclosure thing that said, just because I show you this doesn't mean it's going to happen, so don't blame me. That was the general gist of it, okay? So I'm going to show you something, but I think this is going to happen because we've been using it internally for a while. This is going to work its way all the way back to Zoom video management, so stay with me, right? What I did for today's LTI presentation, right here, was I said, here's a template that I want to use. Create for me, I said use this template, boom. Create for me a 6-slide deck over Zoom's LTI integration. That is the presentation that I just showed you, this guy right here. I did have to go back a couple of times and hit this thing and say, yeah, but would you go ahead and set me another slide between slide 11 and 12 and talk about da-da-da, bam. So that's how I created the whole thing. Then I went down to the bottom and I said, based on these slides, would you please generate the slide notes for me? So AI generated the slide. AI generated it pulled these images. It generated, which one did I have an image on? The elephant, it generated all that for me. Because I said, make a slide to talk about the elephant in the room and put a graphic of an elephant in it. So that's what it did, okay? So then I hit generate down here with AI and it put all these notes slide by slide. Then, stay with me, I'm headed to Zoom Video Management. I came up here to the top and I said, would you turn, y'all, but you raise your hands so you know this tool, would you turn this slide presentation into a clip for me? Just like this. So it's going through and it's taking still shots of every one of my slides. It's taking all of this information from across the bottom. It's synchronizing that and it's making a video out of that content, a clip. Are you with me so far? Right? Now, I don't know if you try to create slides in Google with AI or not, but as of 2 weeks ago when I did it, Gemini is glorious, I love Gemini, but Gemini said, I'm sorry, I can't build more than one at a time. So can we just kind of take this one slide at a time? I'm like, yeah, if I had time to do that, that'd be great. Because this morning when I was talking to Felipe, he said, I looked at the agenda for NW Met and we're sponsoring the dinner, and it says there's a keynote, nobody's name is on there, so be prepared. That was this morning before I left the hotel. So what do you think I did? You will be the only people who know. Okay? So it has created a Zoom clip. I'm going to say open in Zoom clips. So it's cross-launching that tool that you all love, that you're using to explain to faculty members all the wonderful things that are there. I could use a predefined avatar or the avatar that I created. That's yours truly. We hit save. It's going to say, hey, Your speaker notes are there. Would you like to use those speaker notes? I'm going to say, yeah, add those speaker notes. So now it has put the speaker notes on every frame. Well, that's ugly. Look at, what am I going to do about this? This needs to be over here. And, I want that to be transparent. And, I hate the sound of my voice, really, I do. So what if I go over here and choose somebody else? Let's see. How about, I don't want to be middle. Let's be Archer. What does Archer sound like?
Welcome to Zoom. This is a preview of our predefined voice, ready to deliver your message.
You get the idea?
John, he sounds 10% smarter.
Exactly, doesn't he though? Just because he has a blessed British accent? And I don't want to go through all of these slides and make these changes, so I'm just going to hit apply to existing avatars. Now I may need to relocate myself. I may need to resize myself. I can customize this however I want. But then I'm going to hit generate. I'm not going to do that right now because it's going to take a good 10 minutes. I don't have a good 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my clips library where I've already done this. Oh, you know where I'm going. Let's go this guy right here and hit play.
Welcome to our presentation on Zoom LTI Pro, focusing on its integration. Today, we'll explore how this integration can
You look
enhance
like John
teaching
Oliver
and
with
learning.
that voice.
This powerful tool is designed to streamline educational their unique contexts.
So
I work as a Zoom employee from their LMS course pages.
Now you know where the transcript came from. You know where all the video came from. It was all AI generated. I'm AI generated. My voice is AI generated. And now I'm going to go to Zoom Video Management and say, add this clip to this channel. So this is how we are approaching this whole process. Coming soon. Coming real soon. Yes, sir.
Are we still limited to 3 clips in the essential package?
It's 3 AI.
It's
the
three
avatars.
avatars.
Yeah, it's the
That's
avatar.
right.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
But we do have that
You
limited.
can use the other avatars.
Yes. If you don't like you,
And it's like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
could be- it's really not enough.
but I will tell you, and I agree with that, so that's why you go enterprise, but I will leave that alone. The purpose in my mind, and you all can poo-poo this all day long, and I would gladly appreciate you to do that. The purpose of a clip in my mind is a nugget. If I can't get it said in under 3 minutes, it probably needs to be a video and not a clip, right? So the attention span of my learners, my 13-year-old boys and high school kids, is less than 3 minutes by a long shot. Okay, so if I'm literally using this for education, now with teachers, when I understand what you guys do, you're walking teachers through processes of how to I got it. But with my learners, dude, if it's longer than 3 minutes, we're done. Especially if I don't pop a quiz or something in the middle of it. We're going to leave that alone as we wrap up this session. So, yes, sir.
Can we go back to the uploads question from earlier?
Yes, we can.
Let's say we're using some of the time,
Sure.
and we're really interested in this, and we have a huge investments in data. in
Yes.
Other product. What kind of mass or bulk exports is Zoom capable of doing? Should we want to upload everything else that we have elsewhere?
So, yes, sir, it does. The company line for that is twofold. Company line number one is if you go to apis.zoom.us and look at your Zoom Video Management, you will see the API to actually export and mass export and import. It's there. Now, what does that mean from the export side of the house? Depending on which particular vendor you might be working with, they may not like our API to be harvesting that data. So Zoom's next company line is, we have contracted with third-party people to actually white glove that for you. And what that literally means is, those people probably also sell that too. They also sell said product that you're migrating from. And so we can't get the elephant in the room. I can't get Panopto to give me the APIs to migrate their stuff over to me. They're really hesitant to do that for some reason. But there are third-party vendors who have those APIs. And yes, it does, at that point, move beyond your utilization of the API yourself to make that happen. It sounds terrible. This is my Lance Ford, Southeast Oklahoma, do have my shoes on today, live on 120 acres and drive a John Deere tractor comment. It's time to clean that up. If it hadn't been watched in the last, it's like the clothes in my closet. And I tell my wife this because she's going to come home with like 3 bags of clothes today from shopping. When we get home, I'm so glad you bought new clothes. Let's start there because we've been married 33 years. Love those new clothes. If there's something in your closet you hadn't worn in the last 8 months, to Salvation Army it shall go. That's the same thing I believe about the videos. That's not company sanctioned. That's just the Lance Ford 2 cents. And again, there are those moments that somebody is deceased. You had an interview with Lou Holtz 10 years ago, and somebody is going to want that. I'm not saying dispense that, okay? I say Lou Holtz because I was at Notre Dame last week, and it's Lou Holtz Central. But for the most part, yeah, time to clean the closet. That's not company sanctioned, by the way. That comment is not. Great questions. We also do have a bulk migration tool that we just released this past weekend to bulk migrate one channel to another channel inside Zoom and apply all the rights from that channel. And what I didn't show you was the LTI. So this whole thing, and we did this in the first session, but this whole thing also lives right, let's go back into Zoom with Dr. Ford. Right here, videos. So this video channel, when I logged in via LTI, it knew I was in Educators 101, the course. It knew that I am a teacher because I have this enabled. Okay? All right, so it created that channel. It knew I was a teacher. And you remember we talked about this in the whiteboards thing, synchronizing all that and why that's there. So when I click videos, it said, all right, you're in this course. You're a content creator because you're the teacher, so I'm going to throw you inside content management underneath the channel associated with this course. Could I go back and randomly start choosing things through content management? Yes, but it's contextually putting me where I need to be. It is also taking this thing off my plate, which is over on the other side of the house in the Zoom video management here. Okay, I have to manually tell it who can watch what and who can't watch what. This is all done for me. LTI says, these are the people who are teachers, these are the people who are enrolled. Now, I manually overrode that because somebody wanted to see it the other day. By default, it says this. And so it's only these people in this list. So if you're not enrolled in this class, you're not going to see it. And if you drop my class tonight, you're going to be removed from this list. So LTI is taking care of all that. So yes, I mean, and there's the scheduled meeting that we did the first session right here. It's all there for you. I know it's not, I know the product has been released since October, so it's what, 7 months old? We announced it and released it on the same day. Would I say it's 100% feature parity with Panopto? Not today. Would I say in the next 6 months we're going to be there and exceed it? Yeah. That's how we roll. It's every Monday morning, right, Steve? Am I lying?
You're not lying. There are so many times we have broken meetings and it's like, oh, and by the way, guys, here's something new or a major expansion of existing. It's very exciting, and you need to adopt that and let everyone know.
I mean, it's 100% the truth. I mean, I can't keep, and I'm 57, and I've been teaching for 30 years. It's the devil sometimes. It is the devil. Yes, sir.
Do we have the ability for, embed code
Yes.
and custom, like more branding, customization?
Yes. So customization and branding should be here in October, if not before. Embed codes, I should also, since we're talking about, and I gave you that roadmap disclaimer thing, okay, so I can do this. Let's start with the embed codes. So if I open up this video, and I go here, there's embed. I can copy and paste it today, okay? Where is this going in the future? Let's go down into, I think I have it in pages. I'm going to hit edit. There's an embedded video from Zoom Video Management, by the way. I'm going to hit edit. All right. This will not look like this when it comes out, but it's hopefully going to be released this summer. You see what this plug-in is? That little power plug? If I click this, you're going to see something that looks eerily similar to this. This is a test environment, all right? What is that going to point to? That little thing we called Hub a minute ago, that has videos, it has summaries, it has whiteboards, it has docs, it has My Notes. You go there, you hit that, it's going to open your entire Hub up. You're going to say, I want this embedded in this discussion post. I want this embedded in this assignment. I want this embedded in. So deep linking is coming. Because everybody in this room has been screaming at me, and rightfully so, for the last 2 years. I just need to be able to manually put, they're not going to want to go to the regular plug-in and start searching for stuff. I need to deep link this to where the students are contextually. You're absolutely right. It's taken me 2 years to get it, but we're going to get there. It's coming. So deep linking is on the way. Now, I will say this, Zoom Video Management and Whiteboard have rights management automatically applied via LTI. So if you pull something from Hub, it should inherit those rights. If you pull My Notes into it, or Docs, you're going to have to put the people that you want to be able to see it. It's not going to just, everybody going to see it just because it went in deep linked in. Does that make sense? You have to manage the rights manually, because there's no rights management for that inside my LTI plugin. Okay. But Whiteboard and Zoom Video Management should be good to go. Day one. So it's coming. See slide 2. I feel pretty confident about this one too. Great question. Is that TMI? Yeah, probably so. Anything else, family? No. Thank you guys for being here. No. No. You got a music teacher in front of you. I mean, really? We'll work for applause. Come on now.